Alright, so here's what I want to do. I think it's possible to make a really good Arclight Phoenix deck. I thought I disabled you. I think it's really possible to do some sort of nice Arclight Phoenix decks, and let me tell you why. There's been a number of cards that have been added that just feel like they're perfect for this. Like Rielle. I'm going to put in like 3-ish of her. What is the name of the discard a bunch of cards and draw 3 cards? It's kind of like Thrill of Possibility, which I actually do want a bunch of. Oh, what's the name of it? Cathartic Reunion. Here it is. Discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. Seems good, right? There's also... what was the other card that was like really good? What's the other like super sick? Oh, I can't remember. I feel like there's one that I'm forgetting. Either way. Opt. We put in like 4 of these. No, I like the other opt. Shock, we put in a bunch of these. Finale of Promise. Lava Coil. This is just like the usual construction. Augur of Bolas. This is standard. So for any who don't know this sort of combination, if you have Finale of Promise, it says you may cast up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard with converted mana cost X or less without paying their mana costs. So I cast Finale. I then... I cast the copy. I cast the Finale, I cast a copy, and then I cast a copy. So that's 3 castings. 1 Finale of Promise brings back a single Arclight Raptor. Adusi says Beacon Bolt. Oh my god! You reminded me. Yeah. Okay, so here's the old one. This deals damage equal to the number of instant sorcery cards you own in your graveyard. It's sorcery. But there was the other one that was instant and sorcery cards you own in your graveyard. Do I not own it? Oh, what the hell? Oh, yes, thank you, Sakarian. Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor. It deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. Yeah, isn't this sick? Like, this is... I don't know how many we want in here. Because this has some conditions, but, like, look at this shit. Electromancer. I think that I'm actually just going to be pretty much focused on the Augur of Bolas. I mean, if I'm Electromancering, I feel like I need a few more boosty, helpful things. I like this. I have liked playing Augur of Bolas decks historically more than I like the Goblin Electromancer. I just don't like Goblin Electromancer. And the Royal Scions, yes, is the other one that's very, very good here. Because, I mean, like, basically, Rielle and Arclight Phoenix both benefit from having more instants and sorceries. So this just seems to me like a very intuitively good deck. Seems like to me like a very intuitively good deck. What about Sprite Dragon? Let's take a look. Sprite. Oh my god. I love when I type in a word because I'm like, great, we'll figure it out. And I type in one word and then there's 1,000 things that have the word Sprite in it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Sprite. Spite Dragon. Spite Dragon, Spite Dragon. Spite Dragon? What is it? Sprite Dragon? Oh, it's this fucker. Turn off your styles. Sprite Dragon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sprite Dragon. I'm gonna say no on this one for now. Here's my reasoning on this. Sprite Dragon costs 2 It doesn't have haste. It can't do anything this turn. It's good to protect, but for instance, a Crackling Drake I like more than a Sprite Dragon, because a Crackling Drake at least... I said it doesn't have haste. I meant to say it does have haste. I don't know why I just misspoke. I mean, it's literally right there. Yeah, it does have haste, but it doesn't do anything the turn that it's played, other than deal like 1 damage. And I kind of like need to protect it. And if I protect it well, I'll be able to deal 3 or 4 damage. Whereas if I play a Rielle, I can play this and then immediately discard a card, and then like redraw. Reddish Mallard says, "Boy, chat is really one misspeak from rioting at all times." Well, I mean, it's not particularly difficult for me to just go, "Oh, yeah, I just misspoke." But yes, this is one thing that's actually really interesting, is that when you are speaking conversationally to another person, you go, "Well, I mean, it doesn't have haste," and they go, "Oh, it does have haste." You go, "Oh, yes, sorry, my bad," and then you just keep going. The other person goes, "Oh, okay," but there's like a time delay, and if I'm looking and I'm talking here, I might not be looking at you and what you're saying, and so people start typing in caps, and like everyone, like 10 people type it, and then 100 people see that those 10 people typed it, so those 100 people drop in and they start to type it, and all of a sudden it's just like, when all it was me accidentally saying it doesn't, because I'm trying to communicate that it doesn't do a lot, and it has haste, and then the words kind of merge together, which is really natural in conversation to happen. But in conversation, one person corrects the other immediately. But when it's this sort of thing, it's just like, just immediate rioting. Okay, let me look at the numbers. I put in 2 Royal Scions because we had 2 more slots. 22 land has felt correct for me with Phoenix before. I've seen 21 lander lists. This looks okay. I want 4 of these. I almost always put in 3 of legendaries, or 3 of legendary planeswalkers. Do you think Scorching Dragonfire may be worth it? Maybe, Magical Sazerac. Lava Coil is a sorcery, which is particularly relevant because Finale Promise lets me get 1 instant and 1 sorcery. If I put in Scorching Dragonfire, it's overlapping on instants. So I think the number of lands looks correct. The curve looks pretty good. So now let's get our Lando Calrissians working. I'm not going to do sideboarding because I'm pretty shitty at sideboarding. I would probably just crib from another Izzet Phoenix list. Let me look up the number 2. So we're going to put in our Steam Vents. 1, 2, 3. Probably only need probably want 7 of those, something like this. So we want the Steam Vents, the Temple of Red. Are there any other good? Maybe a Raugrin Triome. Do I want 2 of these or something? Well, they enter tapped, and that kind of fucking sucks. I've seen some pros already in 2-color lists running like 1 of. I've seen people do this, so I'm just going to put in a 1 of. I'm just going to put in a 1 of. Because it does hit the red-blue, and it cycles, which is really good. You know, obviously has synergy with like Rielle, and it obviously has synergy with Arclight Phoenix. So, you know. Yeah, and why this? You will, if you look in the history of Magic, you'll see things like cards like, I want a lot of blue and a lot of red. So you'll see a lot of 9 being a really ripe number, where I have 9 dual sources, 4 obvious Steam Vents, 4 obvious Temple of Epiphanies, and then like another one that does it. Was Raugrin the name of it? Nice. Raugrin. Okay, my bad. And then probably some islands. Now, do I want more islands or do I want more mountains? In a literal sense, I have more. Mountains. Needed. I think I actually need more islands. So this looks a little weird. This looks a little weird, but let me explain myself. If we actually take a peek at this, if you look at the total number, it's almost all red. And you know what? They're easy to cast reds. One red, one red, one red, one red, one red, one red, one red. The only double red is Finale of Promise, which is later. Okay? So all my red cards are easy to cast. In fact, all my cards are more or less easy to cast. However, if we look at this, will I want to opt early? Will I want to Augur of Bolas early? Absolutely I will. I want to be dishing those out fast and early. This is a reactive card, so let's move it up the curve. This is a reactive card. I shoot something, and I need to have stuff in there, so this goes up. Lava Coil is reactive. It's often on turn 2, but I'll kind of move it up. So really, this kind of winds up looking a little bit more like what our curve appears to be, right? We have a bunch of removal spells and 3-drops that require stuff to be out. But the Opt and the Augur, I want to just slam down. And what's really nice about this is I have played a lot of Izzet Phoenix historically, and I had the wonderful opportunity to speak extensively to Shahar Shenhar about Izzet Phoenix, and he explained some of this to me a while back. So it's very nice to be able to just point to people who are better than I am and just be like, well, he said it, I take no responsibility. Woo! That's great. I think this is a good list. So, by the way, I wanna note the difference between Spike personality and Spike fun versus Timmy personality and Timmy fun. It is really fun to stop and consider and think through all this stuff and all that sort of thing. And dude, I don't think you should have any shame in just winging it, running the deck out like what we were doing yesterday. Mwah, it's so good. Ah, yes. Do Fabled Passages not make it for deck thinning? Love this question, Rum and Coke. Fabled Passage, I like to think of as it helps me find the land I need in a 3-color deck. Nice. Or if I have synergy with Sacrifice and lands in the graveyard, it helps me do that. Nice. Or if I am a control or longer-term deck looking to do some thinning. This is the important one. I want to stress this. It's not that, oh, shrug, deck thinning. It's like, who benefits from deck thinning? A deck that intends to draw a good amount of cards and over time wants to increase the value of each individual draw. If I'm an aggro deck, thinning might not really be that good for me. Because if I play a Fabled Passage before turn 4, it's a tapped land when it comes out. So this deck kind of feels similar to me in that when it comes out, it's tapped such a high percentage of the time. No, here. Oh, home, there it is. White or black, white or green, play 40 lands. Let's reroll this. Oh, I can't reroll any of them. Okay, sorry, my bad. Roman Coke says, so you draw and discard so much that it almost matters little. It's both that and that I'm a very fast and very explosive kind of deck. Malacross says, I thought the rule of jokes is that if you have to repeat yourself at any point, it's not funny. Is that a rule? I don't think I've ever heard that. Don't stop me now. Having a good time, having a good time. Going to the night. Pavement says, I had a blast playing Jeskai Fires during that free weekend. Aaron, how many packs would you estimate I need to buy into Arena to have a playable version of the deck to ladder with? Oh, Pavement, I am so sorry to say this, but I always spend like $200 per expansion or $150 per expansion. I have no way to discard right now, so I want to get some of my draw discard cards. I think maybe I should have mulliganed, because I can think of the Finale of Promises as, like, 6 drops versus slow decks. Get the fuck out of my game. Get this one out. I'm doing this now because typical casting costs for counter spells is double blue, and I just don't know these well enough. Sazadi says, "Hey, I randomly got gifted a sub some time ago, and since I watch more passively and I don't type much, now I want to thank you for the amazing content. My absolute motherfucking pleasure, my friend." I think I need something a little bit more explosive and juicy here. I think it's fine to do this right now. User required says, "Oh, that's right. I need to remember to migrate my Prime sub to day 9. Subscribe to me!" Yeah. Don't pop me now. Having a good time. Having a good time. I mean... I would be very, very surprised if this resolved. But I've seen less surprising things happen. I don't want a shock land. Having a good time. Having a good time, hey. Alternate MD says, so many hard decisions. Who should I sub to? Day 9 or Tasteless? Dude, I'm a little biased here, but I really think you should sub to my brother. I really like my brother. Now that I'm an adult, I should say, I really like my brother. When I was a kid, it was just like, no, you're dumb and mean and bad, you know? Like, we had so many absolutely stupid and trivial brotherly conflicts. Oh, it was so funny, man. Yeah, why not? Certainly looks like we're owning. They're not your friends, they're my friends, you know, that sort of shit. You're not in charge of who's whose friend, Nick. Captain says, what's the idea for not running Radical Idea in a Phoenix deck? We have the new card, whose name I don't remember at all. That is discard 2, draw 3. That's like a better Radical Idea. That's basically the answer. We're going to see if we can bank a Phoenix here. We want more Phoenixes in there because we have double Finale of Promise. Fuck. Spend it. Spend your double blue. 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 Blue woo. Do you ever host your brother? I don't think we've ever had the opportunity to do that. Nick only started streaming really recently. He has a lot of just I'll call it normal person work. He just like he has a job. He has 2 esports broadcasts. I waited like this until the double blues were gone. But yeah, like, my brother has actually been the host and commentator for the longest running esports show in history. Isn't that remarkable? Which show? The ASL? Or no, the ASL, the GSL, excuse me. The GSL. A nice play. Oh shit, it got fucking exiled. Shit. It's in exile. Oh my god, fuck. I am digging. Interesting. Ashiok's Erasure. Nice tech card, man. So sick. Show me what I got. Absolutely not. That'll do, pig. We expect something to be cast at flash speed, and before this gets its buff, we will then shock it. If it's this and then another smaller flash creature, then we are superlatively owned. So it could plausibly be good to shoot this flash, or this creature in the skies. Anita says, if you finale into finale, do you have to choose X equals 0? Yeah. 'Tis the twagic twoof. So I expect that 6-mana Serpent guy. Alright, so instead of casting it on this, I'm going to wait for this to come down, and I'm going to cast it on this. Because this is actually hard to... For Kolick to have a way to deal with both my Phoenixes now. Lionheart says, didn't know Dimir Flash was a thing. I'm going to describe it as kind of not a thing. Or, excuse me, it's in the graveyard. It's kind of not a thing, but we have Slither Wisp, which is double black-blue Flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has Flash, you draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. That's just a very, very good card. So I'm going to preemptively cast the Augur of Bolas. It's a nice blocker on the ground. Great. Super good. Happy to see it. You love to see it. Octopus is good too. Yeah, but the Octopus is blue. It's double blue. So it can participate in Simic Flash as well. Because I feel like the broader question is, why Simic Flash and not Flash... Or why Dimir Flash and a Simic Flash, something like this? Okay. I think this is the one that gets killed, huh? I don't think I have any ability to stop my opponent. Okay. Oh! Oh, yeah, website tour. My alarms went off for the website tour. Having a good time, having a good time. Ah. My opponent made a mistake. He's gonna make it sticky in the Fahrenheit. Alright, so x equals 2 on the finale, huh? And we just pick this off? Seems good enough. This is a long game. This is a long and cool game. Whew! Demir Flash is becoming a thing, huh? That's fine. I actually really liked how that played out. What iteration of deck is this? I would say Omen of the Phoenix. This is technically the first game of the first build, technically. But it's an archetype I'm really familiar with from past sets. And it does a lot good. Tech9 says, could I have cast the Finale to shock 2x face? Or have I misunderstood Finale? Yeah, you get 1 instant and or 1 sorcery. You can't get 2 instants or 2 sorceries, for instance. Let me remove this. Oh, God, it's me. Oh, I never want to look at that monster. Okay, so hey, by the way, guys, we have 2 things I want to talk about. First, we have a new website. Yeah, day9.tv, new website. Yay. You can see it's like right here. And if any of you are looking for the decks, if you click on this tab, it's not just every deck that I have played on air. It's every iteration of every deck I've played on air and off air. So this is like absolutely everything, fully complete. And you can see I have been really interested in Croxa. On the website, we certainly have all the upcoming show stuff, such as the April 27th What the Deck episode of Companions versus Apex Monsters. What? Yosh. Yosh. You can see all the upcoming shows that are coming. So you see a lot of Ikoria. We're going to launch that damn rocket in Factorio on the 24th. In terms of the uploads, here's all of them, but then we also have these sortings based upon various categories. Yeah. One of the big things I wanted to talk about is a thing we run called DK30, and we're running one on April 24th. That's not tomorrow Friday, but a week from tomorrow Friday. And the idea of DK30, for instance, if you're looking for the Create a Project info page, or this isn't the Create a Project, where's the other thing? All right, it's a new website, so I don't know where 100% of the links are, but whatever, I'll just explain it. So the idea of DK30 is the 30 stands for a 30-day project. DK is Day9TV, the Day Nights, DK. All right, whatever. The idea is to take some maybe large aspiration you have and try to think of a 1-month progress version you can make of it. If you're trying to write a book, maybe instead of just trying to say, in the next month I'm going to write the whole damn book, that's really big. Or even if you're like, in the next year I'm going to write the whole damn book, that's really vague. Think of a 1-month progress, 1-month structure for yourself by breaking it into 4 weeks. So if I'm trying to write a book, maybe I do outlining in week 1, then I write 10,000 words week 2, 10,000 words week 3, and 10,000 words week 4. You can create a project here that has various categories, whether you want it public or private, the title, other descriptions of like milestones you want to set for yourself for the weeks. And the whole purpose is to be farther along than you were when you started. And also to learn how to be a producer for yourself. If you say 10,000 words a week, you might discover that you can only actually write 8,000 words a week because you just have a very busy thing going on. You know, busy life, busy work, maybe you had a kid and you're trying to get used to your schedule. So if I go back to this main thing, we are having a very specific quarantine DK30 on the 24th. Many of you are in stay-in-place orders. We are here in California. Maybe you're under lockdown. Maybe you're under quarantine in the strictest sense. The whole idea is for this one, you can do a regular project, But what about some good habits and some hobbies you might be interested in doing? Maybe you want to just go to bed on time. Maybe you just want to stop eating shitty food because all your junk food is surrounding you at home all the time. Something like this. And here's a little sign-up form that we've created, which is to create a sort of accountability buddy thing. Oops. Oops. Hold on. There it is. It's loaded now. The idea is, again, a lot of people are kind of stuck indoors, and it would be nice to have some social aspects to this. So we're trying to organize through this sign-up form that, again, if you go to the Day 9 TV website, it's literally right here. Right. It's just a big blue bar. We're creating a little accountability buddy sign-up thing so that way you can be involved in groups, kind of be put together. And there's more information here. Again, if you're in a group and you just decide, you know what, this group doesn't communicate in the way that I do, and I just don't want to show up. Totally fine. It's a super low effort. The whole purpose of this is to have a social aspect to the DK30, whose whole goal is to just kind of create a community of us all working towards our independent goals together. No pressure at all if you don't want to do this accountability buddy, if you don't want to use our project feed website form. No pressure if you don't want to do any of that. You can just do it on your own on a piece of notebook paper and it's fine. But we'll all have projects. I'll have a project. Eric will have a project. I'll post weekly updates. There's even like a little 30-day project video here that I'm actually going to re-record next week. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing it because I know a lot of people have been hunting for a little more structure. Loro Tao says, I just started learning about music and electronic musics. Showed it to my family. They're disgusted. They disgusted me, but I'm so happy. Yeah, man. Like, that's like one of the really awesome parts about, you know, hey, I have some sort of new, exciting hobby that I'm kind of trying to look forward to get into. By the way, this is just a perfect run out. We're against probably mono white. CSP Duck says, I'm nearly 40, and I'm trying to learn to skateboard. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I think I do want to do this. I don't think we need more Finale of Promises. So we're seeing white-blue flyers, and we should just absolutely annihilate this. Like super duper, super crazy annihilate this. I mean, I have a deck full of removal and recursive removal, so I mean, like, LO fucking L. LO fucking L. Winged words. Winged words. Kablam. Kabloo. So let's see here. I can Cathartic Reunion away this and draw a bunch more. This is extra card draw. You know, I actually think I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of this and this. Boink, boink, doink, doink. Well, farts. Yeah, I think I needed to do this. I guess I'll just shock and... That was the key turn. I think I did it incorrectly. Damn. All right, so I think this is a pretty clear turn. We do this. Yes. Oh yes. We now Finale of Promise. We first shock. We then Cathartic Reunion. We then auto pay. As the extra casting cost for the Cathartic Reunion, we will discard the Phoenix. Put that one on the bottom of the stack to zap a Spectral Sailor. This one is an extra casting cost. We'll get rid of these two. And there's our first instancing of Rielle. Now when I go to combat, Arclight Phoenix comes out hasted. And you know, I just don't feel like I'm under any threat even remotely. What's Fairy Duelist do? I get -1, -2? Okay. That's a cute one. Let's see, we have a Shock and a Lava Coil as well. So this has 4 toughness, technically. Good. You know, I just wanna play Rielle. Kill the big one. Kill the big one. Dude, I think a ton of people are playing Magic right now. I think a ton of people are playing, because the game is actually running not like jockety, but it's like taking a little bit. It's taking a little bit. One, 2, 3, 4, and then I'd have 2 mana left over. Dude, it's just too good. It's just too good. Do I have another? Yeah, I do have another Cathartic Reunion. Dude, watch this. 1, 2, click. I'm going to cast Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor. I'm going to cast Cathartic Reunion. I'm going to auto-pay this. I hope you all see. Because Cathartic Reunion will draw 3, and because we discarded 2, Rielle will draw 2. Alex30Phil says, I got that you have to wait in a queue to log in an hour ago. Damn. Yeah, I opened mine up this morning. 4 Finale of Promise might be too many. We might be able to get away with 3, but I really like that card a lot. Because it's simple. You cast it and you blow everything up. Shava K says, you haven't restarted the client yet? Do memory issues not affect your machine? Wizards appears to have massively cleaned up. Excuse me. Have massively cleaned up a lot of the issues relative to mana leaks and mana stuffs. Keeping that one lander? You know it. You know it. Play it, Rafalb. Whoops. Well, you know, this hurts a lot. I have to discard a card from my hand. This is actually quite painful for me. Yeah, I mean, Growth Spiral comes out. Wow. Come on, you're ruining my build-up, Rafab. Iceman says, man, you're right. MTG is chugging right now. Well, it's interesting. Graphically speaking, the game is running smooth. All the animations are working properly. The audio's functioning way better. And you know I love to point out, that audio is running weird again. Arrgh! Which, first of all, is hilarious because, as it turns out, my hearing has been fucked for years. But anyways. What's weird is the time where, like, I will click this and target something, and then a moment will pass, and then the targeting error will show up, and I'm like, Musaikai says, I've not been this excited since war. Dude, oh my god, I am so excited. Does your voice sound normal yet? I'm getting used to it. For any of you who didn't know, I this ear got clogged, and this ear's had some clogging issues. So I just went to an eartometrist. And the ear doctor basically, because I wanted to be more proactive. Maybe I've just irritated my eardrum or something. But, you know, I figured it was, like, prudent. Okay. No. I figured it was prudent to just go and make sure that there was no infection. I didn't have any pain, and I've had an ear infection before, and it is the worst pain I have ever felt in my entire life. It is the worst pain I have ever felt. So I was like, okay, let me just make sure this is taken care of, man. So I go to the doctor, and he vacuums out wax from my ear, and then checks the other ear, vacuums the wax out of that, and there was actually so much wax in both my ears that, first of all, it was gross. But second of all of my hearing sounded different. It wasn't just that I could hear things. Like, first of all, I have turned down the volume on everything in my life. But also, I'm hearing way, way, way more. Well, what are you going to do? I'm hearing way more treble. S's and T. Like, I did not realize how hard I hit my S's. Holy shit. Pale of Osmond says, have you ever tried to use a few drops of hydrogen peroxide to clean out the inside of your ears? Yeah, I tried some of those home kits. And the ENT basically was like, ugh, never do that. Never, ever, ever do that, man. Basically said that a lot of the chemical stuff that you can get, like, over the counter or solutions like that will soften the earwax, which causes it to expand and then just get lodged in there. Yes, then I had chemically clogged ears, yes. Yeah, so he's like, just stick your ear towards the, you know, shower head for just a sec. And like turn it out and get it out. Yeah, and he said don't use ear syringes, don't use any of that. The word he used was any of that nonsense. You know, I have the look and feel of someone who has died. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this game. The game's also taking a little bit longer. But sometimes when you keep one-landers, you do get punished, but I really don't. Yeah, like, he says that if you use an ear syringe and squirt water into there, it's, there's problems with that. Because, first of all, you can't seize, so a lot of times when you're squirting water into there, you're pushing it deeper into your ear. It's kind of like a highly random thing. And a lot of people, when they don't actually get the stuff out because it's lodged in there, they squeeze harder. And then what happens is they're just pushing. You're just doing high-speed jets of pressure onto your eardrum, which can injure it. So he used a vacuum on my ear. Oh, I remember the time when I had the correct sources of mana. I guess this is okay. I clearly want 3. Alright, we're against Night Road. A mono red nightmare. Who's playing fast. We love it. So I feel obligated to do that because light up the stage is still a thing. Ultimate Spiel says, I'm working on building a large data set for a machine learning algorithm I'm putting together for work. Any tips? That is such a broad question. Yeah, I love it. I love hearing your broad questions, you broad. Well, great. We have Rielle to block. Also, it appears our decision to pick off the 10th Street Dodger was a good one. Look at this, already a 3-3 on turn 3. Alright. I'm not going to go too insane here. So I believe that in this situation, I actually need to accelerate. I think it's correct for me to go a little faster here because the spikes of damage can become pretty substantial. This is draw a card and discard a card. Alright, so if I do this, I then draw a card and discard a card.
A quest of mystery.
I'm going to hold this back. Dude, ultimate spiel. I'm super fascinated about what you were saying about machine learning, man. Let me know. Very well. Draw and discard. These two 1/3ers are a real concern. Let me synthesize the facts. Well, we're about to win. Vortex says, why don't you do an MTGA championship with streamers and commentators using the hype of the new edition? What do you mean? Like, organize a whole big-ass event? Alright, we lose. Alright, that's the game. Sometimes you draw off the land. Sometimes you draw none of the land. There they are. I'm not too concerned about this one. I mean... But I mean, if the question is, hey Sean, have you considered running some sort of online tournament thing? I will say straight up, the instant there is replays or an observer mode in MTGA, that becomes possible. I am blown away that there is no observer mode replays. I mean, I am like really genuinely kind of head scratching, like, huh, you know. Alright. There it is. There it is. Croc's an old buddy, old pal. Yeah, I mean, my assumption is that it is being worked on. That is my straight up assumption. Because it would be profoundly weird if it was not. I mean, just making a tournament mode, making replays, even a very rudimentary, very, very simple one, literally gives the chance for like 1 billion extra viewer minutes of content, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, we just created something really simple and the community just made us like 1 billion hours. Alright, so we're gonna finale here. Almost certainly, I think. Yeah, let's just bing bong. Shock. Lava Coil. Like, I mean, I did this, shoots that. This, shoots that. I'm actually curious, if Lava Coil fizzles, does it go back to the graveyard? I actually don't know this interaction. No, it goes to exile. Okay. Did you see that? I did attack, and it kept canceling because the server is a little slow. That's actually really cool. That's actually really exciting that it's like taking that much time. God, Cathartic Reunion is ridiculous, man. Holy shit.
My sister by my side, I do not fear the unknown.
It's time to speed this up.
Your heart can overcome any challenge.
catharticest reunion I've ever had. Yeah, the secondary ability on Royal Scions is really good. It gets First Strike and Trample. Julka says, "Did you finish The Outsider, and do you recommend?" I still haven't watched the last episode, and it kind of... I actually feel like it was just taking its sweet-ass time, and I was getting a little tired of it. Is basically where I was. Oh. Okay, so, first things first. I do this one first, yes? Bonk. I do this now. Now? Video game? Yeah, The Outsider's first 3 episodes, I loved The Outsider's first 3 episodes. They were so good. And then it kind of like... That's fine. This is all okay. It's fine. As expected, as expected, as expected, as expected. I did finish Devs, which was a slower paced show, but I liked Devs. I was just good. I finished the final episode of Devs, and it was great. Anyone else a Devs fan? Yeah, you like how I actually know how to do graphs from right to left? So we're hunting for a 1-mana card.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
And because we did that immediately, we're just looking for a 1-mana card. Well, rats. Cathartic Reunion is a good one to have, though. Perfect. Perfecto. You've mentioned Devs a few times. What's the premise? Let me see if I can share the... It's... The first episode has some kind of like, holy shit, kind of surprising moments in it. So I'm trying to think of how to state that without spoiling that. But the basic premise is that there is a really large... I think this is the best option for us right now. I believe. Cathartic Reunion to ditch these guys.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
So it's basically there's this huge tech company in Silicon Valley in the show Devs. And this company has some highly secretive group called Devs. And it is about how a woman and her boyfriend wind up getting sort of swept up in all the sort of insanity that emerges from this highly secretive development group. It's really, really cool. By the way, benefit of Royal Scion, we can give this +2/+0 first strike and trample for when it attacks in, and that's very, very difficult for our opponent to deal with. But yeah, Vortex says, so would online tournaments be possible if there was an observer mode on MTGA? It would help a shit crap ton, man. You can literally do a tournament, like, if you have, say, you know, like the Twitch Rivals did it, where this person is streaming and that person is streaming, and if I want to show them playing against each other, I alternate between showing this person's stream and showing this person's stream, but they have to ensure that they are synchronized in terms of time, because let's say this streamer is 15 seconds behind this streamer, which is a perfectly normal thing to happen in broadcasting, then you have some real pain. Yeah, LaserGishian said a tournament that Merchant and Alias V are involved in had the players record their perspective and they commentated the recordings. Yeah, that's like a superlative pain in the ass. Great. Yeah, whatever. Well, there's our first strike damage. Yeah! Did you see any of the Hoaglandia open? I didn't. I think that's really cool that Jeff Hoagland's doing that. Wait, does she have trample and first strike? Dude, this -1 ability is really good. And look at this. We already have the -8. Draw 4 cards when you do the Royal Scion deals damage to any target equals the number of cards in your hand. Very, very sick. Oh, cool! He got it. He got the land, and he has the targets in the graveyard. Nice. It's actually really sick. Sorry, I said -1. Yeah, the +1. We have died. So, let's see. What do we think about? What do we think about what we're doing? This list still feels really strong. We've lost some games. But that's alright. Let me actually just take a peek at, like, Izzet Phoenix, MTG. I want to see what the types of sideboarding structures are for this, for the old ones. Standard Izzet Phoenix. Why is it not showing me standard lists? I still think this is fine. I still think this is actually fine. I think there's some gameplay issues and some discomfort issues, and I think it's fine. I mean, this should be super duper solid. This should be very, very solid. You'll notice that I was definitely trying to chuck away a lot of cards into the graveyard to try to cycle to some more juicy things, and I think that maybe I'm over-aggressively doing that. Augur of Bolas feels pretty mad at me. It has not been a particularly inspiring card. But, like, for instance, here is, like, literally the most obvious slam dunk turn. Yeah, I mean, the obvious sideboard cards is, like, Mystic Dispute, another Lava Coil, maybe 2 of the instant exilers for the red decks. Wonderful. Perfect. What a piece of shit. I play it and I'm immediately just like... Maybe just a simple Goblin Electromancer might be appropriate here. Maybe simple Goblin Electromancer instead of the Augur. I just don't like Electromancers that much. But this circumstance is still fine. If we draw a shock, we just basically immediately win. I spoke too soon. I have shame. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. If any of you are having any audio issues, go ahead and share with me. Just go ahead and refresh. Go ahead and hit me with a refresh. Looks good. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty common for some desyncs to happen for some people who are obstinate. Unbreakable formation. Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, this is one of the benefits of having this kind of setup. Okay. Yeah, I do like 4 Finale of Promise, man. Oh. Super fine. Don't even mind. Isn't this deck perfect for Sharknado? It doesn't work because it's unfortunately not a casting. And it's a lot of mana for one big chunky effect, and we want cheap spells that do very slight effects. Alright, so this is Zawin. Shock. Lava Coil. Autopay. Lava Coil shoots this. Shock shoots this. 2 Phoenixes come back. Does Light Up the Stage fit in the sideboard? I really don't think so. I don't even think this deck needs anything remotely close to a Light Up the Stage. I mean, this deck is just so powerful when done correctly. And by done correctly, I mean, like, executed correctly. Because I still feel like this is... Oh, I guess we're ranking up. Nice. I have, like, no idea what's happening with any of my ratings at any point in time. Every time we hit Mythic, I'm like, oh, shit, look at that. All right, well, time to go mono green stoppy. Yeah, the finales of Promise and cycling to the good stuff. I think I'm trying to cycle too aggressively to the good stuff, and I'm playing too many lands. Would you consider splashing green only for Song of Creation? Oh, I know what you're talking about, Lonely Physician. I would really need to substantially change everything I'm doing to make that work. Heartless says, how's the deck performing so far? We're about even in win-loss. I think we're maybe win 2, lose 2. But there's... Every loss we've had has been super close, and I do kind of feel like I make some mistakey. I think I need to be chilling at like 4 mana, maybe 5 mana, you know? Dude, if you think I'm gonna let that live for even 1 turn, you're insane. I think I'm incorrectly prioritizing the timing on these spells, which is a really, really common thing to have happen with this deck in particular, because... So we only have 1 in the bin, so this is probably a good time to play the Augur. We have enough land. All your spells are 2 mana, so you can do, like, everything for 2. Excellent, excellent, excellent news. Especially when I get another Blitz. Bronze-eyed lion. Nice. Super duper dope. So I think I play this one, and then I think I Cathartic Reunion to discard this Blitz Thunder-Raptor and the Royal Scions. I think maybe I do want to keep this land, but maybe that's incorrect. Good. So that's 1. Do this now before there's any enchantments that enter into the battlefield. This is the everything costs less. I think I need to be playing Control-y for 1 or 2 more turns. I think that feels correct. Great. Very great again. Yeah, like for instance, I could go for the discard play and and try to get the Arclight Phoenix in the bin, but I think I just play Control-y for one more turn. I already have too many Finale of Promises. And you'll note that I played this 5th land. I think maybe I just stopped playing land at 5 land. I mean, that's really common with, say, Jeskai Fires. Once you hit, like, 6 land, you just don't play any more land with Jeskai Fires. Because you don't... First of all, you don't need to. Because everything costs 6 or less for the purposes of Fires. And second of all, if you leave them in the hand, you have more opportunities. Let me count. Yeah, if you have more land in hand, you have more opportunities in Jeskai Fires to discard those lands with a Cavalier of Flame and then beat the shit out of someone with face damage. So there's things like that that makes me be like, yeah, maybe I should just be holding around 5 land. See, this is so powerful. I cast this, I then discard this, I discard this. I mean, that is so stupid. And even though the Phoenix began... Nope. Even though the Phoenix was in my hand at the start of that, as a process of getting discarded, it's great. It's great. That's incredible. Okay, so that's something that I should be looking for. I should be looking to do discard moves to wind up with a Phoenix in the hand, so that then I can Finale of Promise, another Thrill of Possibility, Finale of Promise, another Cathartic Reunion, to then ditch the Arclight Phoenix in the hand. Because, you know, one Finale of Promise guaranteed brings back a Phoenix. It has itself, an instant, and a sorcery as the 3 spells. And now I just like Lava Coil Shock. Da 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 da. Au revoir. Bing bong. Maybe that's okay to play there. Maybe it's not. Maybe I shouldn't have Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor. Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor is just a fantastic, pricey spell. Or not pricey spell, it's a fantastic kill a big creature spell. God, Luris is... It's Luris. But I have another Lava Coil and another Shock in there for this, so that's good. Perfect. How do I like Grifflands? I really like Grifflands, Lady Croissant. I actually... I almost jumped for frickin' joy when... So here's one of the reasons why I was working up towards this. This is the wrong card. Wow, these guys look the same. Whoopsie doopsie. Okay, well, whatever. What I was going to do is I was going to try to play the Royal Scions to put the Phoenix in the bin for 3, and then with the remaining 4, bring back the other friendo. Oh, it's whenever it dies or put into exile? Oh, I thought... Oh, my God. I didn't realize Kaya's Ghost Form got around that. Similar art, but hey, well... Whoopsie daisies. Let me tell you, I was like... Are the Royal Scions an enchantment creature god? Is that what it is? Have I hit enough... Like... Is it devotion to make the Royal Scions a creature? And I'm like, oh, it's Rielle. Oh! Ah, crap. Farts. Farts and butts. And cruds. Incredulous. Reap to Rielle. It's me, it's the test and training. Boop. 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 Who is it? Who is it? Is it my little brown cat? Oh, yes. All right. Hi, sweetheart. Yep. Check out the trash can. There's a lot of interesting smells coming out of there. We got some banana peels. Got an empty contact solution bottle. That's pretty cool. Come here. Come on. Come on up. Let me show you the new meta. The meta is pretty similar to what you've experienced before. The meta game is the right shoulder. Yeah. Hello, my little friend. Hi. There you go. Yeah. Hi, sweetheart. Yes. Yep. I love you. Yep. Get in that ear. He's a good cat. We could have hardcast the Phoenix, but this gives us another chance.
Our bond was forged in battle.
And many.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Oh, and we discard one or more for the first time each turn. Okay, okay. The little details starting to seep through. I would have ordered that differently had I realized it was the first time, not the second time. Yeah, what is that? What is that? My God, what is that sound? Yep, get in there. Oh my God, look at how much this cat loves me. Yeah, it's okay. Hi. Yeah, this is my cat. This is one of my two cats. This is Sheriff. Sheriff is a very snuggly, sweet cat. She likes naps, she likes heating pads, and she likes eating. Yep, tuck her little head in there. She likes to tuck her head in and just push her little head against me. Yeah, oh, that's really bad news, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's my little sweetheart. Yeah, he's gonna try to kill us. It's pretty bad, huh? There you go. There you go. Does that guy have trample? Trample and lifelink. Holy shit. Yeah, I think that what really hurt us was me not noticing the difference between Rielle and Royal Scions. I have no qualms about losing that game because, like, I literally had a huge turn that I just threw away because I played Rielle, and much to my shock, it was Rielle. Like, that actually very surprised me. I had like, oh, fuck! Looks great. Yeah, the Rielle Scions. I think this is fine to play first. Nice. Alright, so we appear to be against some kind of flashy deck. So what we expect to see here is an end of turn Brineborn Cutthroat, which I will respond end of turn, discarding an Arclight Phoenix. The Royal Scions. Yeah, that hurt a good bit. That kind of stunk. It stunk, I thunk. Okay, so we're probably going to be up against our flashy friend. This is not the Royal Scions. This is the Royal Scions. Good. Good. I think I'm also underplaying this early. Oh my god, an instant speed spell. It's so sick. So here comes a Slither Wisp. Oh. I don't know how much room this deck has for a lot of flashy things.
My thoughts were too frozen to win.
My thoughts were too frozen to win. Oh, it's lagging. That's a good one to nab. Bang. Paragrogs says, hey Dana, I just wanted to let you know I've been getting my master's degree and your YouTube VODs have really helped me through. Now that I have a lot more time on my hands, thought I would hang out more while you're live. Keep the awesome content and thanks for the great content. Man, thank you, Paragrog. We're having a pretty handy dandy time hanging out. How does this work now? I think that actually deals 0 damage, but that's fine. So it will deal 1 damage. This is just in the graveyard. Okay. Well, so this will not actually kill this one. Like, this one is going to live. Because it'll only deal... Oh, wait, what? What is the ordering on that? Oh, that's right, the Finale of Promise hits the graveyard before that stack occurs. Mwah! C'est fantastique. Alright, so this is a safe attack. Alright, I did order that correctly then. By the way, if you have... Let's just imagine I have just a Lava Coil and just the Blitz of the Raptor or whatever. If those two go on the stack, the Finale of Promise falls to the bin, so there used to be 2 in the graveyard. Now there's only 1 in the graveyard. So one must be quite careful of that. So we leave 1 back. And that's right. And I think this is fine. Oh, we're lagging. I actually don't think there's a lot of room for counter spells in this deck. I mean, the one thing that's nice about your traditional Simic Flash is that it has Frilled Mystics. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. So let's think here. Royal Scions seems bad, so I think I Thrill of Possibility first, or maybe I just opt first. Let's opt first. Cathartic Reunion looks like... Oh, this isn't the Royal Scions. My god. I'm going to be messing that up so many times. Cathartic Reunion. So now we're going to get rid of Rielle and Augur of Bolas, because these are kind of slower cards against a very fast, aggressive deck. So we're hoping to hit a removal card. Which we can then recur with the Finale of Promise. Nice. I think my opponent has that one flasher guy. Thief of Sanity is a bit of a pain, but it just doesn't deal as much damage as Brazen Borrower. Alright, so this guy just comes out. It's raw! Okie dokie. Okie dokie, smoky pokey. What do we want to do? I mean, double swing makes a bit of sense. I don't really know what else Announce All can do. May as well trade away, I guess. Huh? I'm not casting this because I would like the ability to... This is if you've cast 3 or more. Okay, so we're going to try to save this right now. This is interesting, because if I go shock shock, I get my 2 Phoenixes back. But then I don't have any ability to attack. My opponent would have to have 3 flash creatures. Yeah, I think that this is actually better. I go shock shock and then chill. Typically we'd say, damn, we really want that shock. So now we can attack with 1. My opponent doesn't have enough mana to be able to play 3 scary shock things. We keep these 2 lands, because we do have a Cathartic Reunion in here. Oh, see, if I just take my time a little more, I'm winding up in better situations.
Your heart can overcome any challenge.
Do I swing with both? I believe the answer is yes, because we can play Finale of Promise for an extra ping of damage. This has Trample. Okay, so almost all the flash creatures have 1 toughness or 2 toughness. So if the 2 toughness one comes down and this doesn't get blocked, our opponent lives with 1 health. And then we can Finale of Promise to go Opt Shock to deal the extra point of damage. So I'm starting to feel like we can assemble a sideboard here. And the sideboard would consist of probably at least 3 Mystic Disputes, at least 3 Scorching Dragonfires. Blame it on the goose, baby. Well, we already have a Royal Scions, so... Oh, that's Rielle. Jesus! Alright. Alright. Fuck. Okay. It's official. Those 2 cards look exactly the same. Okay, so this actually is a scary run out. I believe the play is clear. We must Lava Coil the Leaf Kindred. Oh my god. Rielle. Play Rielle. So I think there's a few things that I feel like I am learning about how I'm playing. Which is, I think I need to be slamming Rielle and slamming the Royal Scions on turn 3 far more often. What? This is cute. As well. What the hell, Rielle? Uncle Peepums says, would you recommend getting into this game? I played during the beta and it was pretty fun, but I'm worried my collection be far too behind. I don't have any money to spend right now. The game is pretty gosh damn generous when it comes to giving cards away. You know, you might struggle to get all of everything from the sets in the past, but I want to remind you that it's April right now, and there's a big rotation that happens in fall. So, fall, it's like the cards from like 18 months ago and back just get snipped out. I don't know if this is just newbie to put in 4 of these, but I mean, it just feels like it's correct. You know what I mean? What are the other cards that I put in here, huh? Dude, I like really don't know. Some common ones against control decks. Come back. Because against aggro decks, I basically just like trim some of the expensive stuff. Like these probably get trimmed versus aggro. Maybe just like a Storm's Wrath or 2. Okay, so against control we like Mystic Dispute and Niv-Mizzet, and against aggro we like put in some of this shit. Let's see. If I'm against aggro, these feel like the obvious cuts for aggro. So we get 5 slots opened, and we have, it looks like 7 total slots. So what might we cut otherwise? So here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at. Cut down on Finale versus Aggro. Maybe that's a good point, Dornith. Maybe what I should do is, well, I mean, the thing about Finale of Promise is it lets me get back extra castings of things like Shock. Things like Scorching Dragonfire, you know. That could still be correct, though. Probably think is just cut this. Alright, put in these. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 cuts. Whatever. Whatever. This seems good. Bam, there it is. Pow. All right, cool. Let's go to best of 3. Boom. Traditional standard play. Let's do Izzet Phoenix. Bam. Let me look up Ikoria. Izzet Phoenix. I want to look at some other sideboarding lists. I feel pretty fine about our list. Looks good. What website do you use to look up decks? I mean, honestly, I just Google shit, man. Alright. Alejandro Salias. Yeah, it looks like there's no list things up right now. This is the robber of the rich. Nice. The rich. Oh, yeah. Reunion Cathartic. I got a Bolaka. Yeah, Raul, the big Raul that zaps is one that I personally like a ton. Right now it feels like there's a lot of cheap, tiny creature cards that exist in our good friend the metagame. Oh, well, I don't want to say what card I think it is. Alright, it's Rielle. We figured it out. I'm the best. So we need our good friend the Lando Calrissian, huh? The Dando Lando. One time? Fuck. Well, that's good. Let's get a land. Landy? Dandy Landy? Sometimes I'm so mad at myself, you know? Finally. Well, now next turn will be good, at least. So let's see. There's right now 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bin. When we subtract 2, that's 2, and then we add 1, that's 3. So we'll be able to deal 3 damage. I do want to play like this. And then I want to do the opt. Well, no. I want to do the Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor. And then I want to do Cathartic Reunion. And we auto-pay. We played the land first so we could have enough mana to get a shock should we be able to do that. So Cathartic Reunion second. Let's Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor on this guy. Let's Cathartic Reunion to get rid of a Thrill of Possibility and a Probably Royal Scions. So we didn't hit a 1-mana spell. That's okay, because we still are able to deal the 4 damage when that thing hits the bin. Bing bong. I feel like I'm happy I have a lot of removal. Know what I mean, jelly bean? Goodbye, my friend. You'll be missed. Questing beats hurts. Questing beats hurts. But that's okay. We have a lot of answers versus... No! No! Ow! Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Is this greedy? Yes. Is it correct? I don't know. I feel like I have 1-mana spells in this deck. But I feel like I need to plan around them less. Our top pal lands and jams. This is looking an awful lot like there is a Embercleave. Oh. Okay. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to get rid of the Royal Scions, and I think these, and I think these two. Boop, 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 boop. To be able to put in the Scorching Dragonfires, the Storm's Wrath, and the 4 Aether Gusts. And this is against the super duper ultra aggro Puppies. So this is a little bit all in on the Phoenixes. But I think it's okay. We're able to draw into what we need. And even if I have 1 Phoenix, we actually have so many controlling elements in there. That feels okay. It feels like the Augur of Bolas is not a particularly strong card against Gruul. Okay. Alright. It feels like the Augur of Bolas is not particularly strong against Gruul because there's like so many 3-power things. Fan of Ares says, if Scorching Dragonfire is a primarily aggro sideboard card, do you think maybe Redcap Melee would be better? Yeah, that's a great call. I should put 2 Redcap Melees in the side. This is a bit of a lazy sideboard where I just go like 4 of 4 of 4 of done. I think that like going to 2 Scorching Dragonfires and 3 Aether Gusts is probably a little bit better. I think it's a great suggestion. 2 Redcap Melees feels like the right amount. Okay. So what does this mean if we see Alejandro Saldias doing a lot of nothing? Okay. So we want to discard an instant and a sorcery. Okie dokie. So we're probably going to get Bone Crushed at end of turn, which is fine. We're just looking for a landy. 5 damage, that's nice. am actually just gonna do this right now. I think Thrill of Possibilitying away the Cathartic Reunion is really good. There's a Lava Coil for the other guy. We're just gonna auto-pay this. Thrill of Possibility to get rid of this. Lava Coil. And I'm doing this now because I think it's really important with the only creature that we have being the Arclight Phoenix. We need to be able to deal damage with it. This might be too much. Maybe just cut both Storm's Wrath, put in 2 Redcap Melees. This is something I'm a little worried about, is if I'm overly reliant on only Phoenixes, and I just get them all exiled. Then gosh, I feel dumb. That's hilarious. So since we don't actually have a... Phoenix in the bin, I'm just going to wait. Sideboarding I really struggle with this deck. It is horrid for me. Show me what I got. But I'm sort of content to let this game go on a bit. Our opponent just keeps not doing stuff. Ooh, yeah, baby. Our opponent keeps not doing things. Which means it's highly likely that our opponent just doesn't have any thing that's 4 or less. Or maybe just has a pile of Scorching Dragonfires. Omen of Fire is pretty good in this deck. 2 mana, deal 3 damage. It's, Omen of Fire? Wait, what? Omen of Fire is... What is... I think there's a confusion. Omen of the Forge? Oh, Omen of the Forge doesn't draw, and it only deals 2 damage. Do I zap this guy? I think I just take the damage. Yeah, Omen of the Forge is not an instant or sorcery. It's 2 mana, deal 2 damage, and it doesn't draw a card. So it seems more or less like a weak one. For the big ones, we want an Aether Gust. Alright. Fire Prophecy. Fire Prophecy is okay. Prophecy feels okay. It's like deal 3 damage and you can cycle a card. But I like the Scorching Dragonfire's exile effect. It feels really good right now. Man, I really need to think about how this thing sideboards. That's fine. Little Arclight Phoenix is going to try to do his best. I'm Bad Your Worst is the one time he reads me, I spell the name wrong. Yeah. Redcap Melee. I actually almost always let things resolve on the Phoenix. A good one to nab. Please shoot this one. actually think this is okay. I think that we actually have 2 turns coming up. Gust your Phoenix. Yeah, KTP Wolf, that's a wee bit ambitious, even for me. For what it's worth, this really is just deal 2 damage. Bang. Alright. I want to keep this land in the hand because I shouldn't have played the other land because I want 2 in there for Cathartic Reunion. We wasted a lot of time. Finale is good. Thrill Possibility is good. Cathartic Reunion's good. Opt is good. That's really terrible. Ugh. That's a good one. Alright, this is really great. 1-2. The instant that we do is Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor. We Cathartic Reunion the other one. So we auto-pay. Let's just shoot this here. Let's do this to get rid of these 2. Hopefully redraw into some form of instant speed removal. We drew into 2 forms of instant speed removal, which now lets us attack. Yeah! Onto this. Questing these 2 would be fine. Okay. You know, as much as we're torturing our opponent by like continuing bing bong stuff, I still think that maybe I have over sideboarded here. Down to 5. This is bad. This is very bad. Yeah, I think I did over sideboard here. So now we're back in the position where we need one of our card draw cards. How hilarious. Yeah, see, I think maybe the Royal Scions or Rielle or one of these things needed to stay. I think I've overdone it. Which I think is fine. I think it's fine. Ugh. I've always had this problem with some of these really tricky tempo-y decks. Thrill of Possibility helps a little bit. Do, do, do. Do, do. This is looking a little bit like death. Alright. Yeah, see, the Storm... I think... Storm's Wrath, I think I just literally don't need. I think that the... I think it was fine to cut... These are not necessary. This maybe isn't as necessary. Redcap Melee is a good one to add. And now what? I think I maybe needed to keep in the Rielles or something like that. Dun, 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 dun. See, each of these is actually quite a threat all on its own. And I honestly kind of want to try Goblin Electromancers instead. This actually still seems fine. And actually maybe one Storm's Wrath just in case, you know, something like this. But just being cognizant not to over sideboard. I think I'm actually going to let this Izzet Phoenix deck lie. I think we're actually going to let this Izzet Phoenix deck lie for a little bit.